I'd like to talk today a bit about our experience in a greenfield launch, which we conducted last year in Greece as Wind Hellas. Fully focused on user experience, which in my opinion is the simple formula of simplicity and openness. Now let me explain that. Just a bit of context, Wind is the number 3 mobile and fixed operator in Greece with about 20% market share. We are a small operator with 500 million in revenues, meaning we need to also see how much money we can invest into something like a TV platform. However, we are one of the fastest growing operators in Europe at present with more than 3% growth annually. In 2017, we decided to finally, as a last in Greece, enter the TV market, which we did successfully in April 2018. Our competitors were DT Group OTE, the Greek telecom with a satellite platform. Nova is the local satellite incumbent, and Vodafone with a medium IPTV platform. When we looked at it strategically, it was very clear that our differentiator had to be user experience. If you have 3 bigger players in a market, you can't compete on content. It's a very expensive game. We can have the same content, that works, but there was a window because the competitor had dated platforms, they still do, to go for UX, and that's what we did. And we built it in 12 months. We worked with Zapware, a Belgian boutique, a solution provider, which I think resonated most because they come from the UI background. However, we tasked them with giving us a complete solution, so they were responsible for the full end-to-end. UI clients, back office service operations, and we went for an Android TV. So we took a few bold solutions, Technicolor set-top box with Android TV, Broadpeak CDN. We went full unicast as a modern deployment. That's the beauty of being greenfield, elemental encoding and so forth. Now, what's it look like? Simplicity. Simplicity was really what we drove from day one in the solution together with our partners. Thinking from the customer, it starts even with a very simple, clean packaging. This is Apple-inspired packaging that we deliver the box in. And then, of course, comes the box. The box as simple as it can be. This is the box. It's pocket-sized. Iconic, 1 button, 1 LED. There is no channel change button, no clock, nothing. Very simple, iconic. This was actually a leading visual in all of our campaigning that we conducted. Simplicity is very few buttons. We looked at many remote controls. So many of them still have the 4-color buttons. I mean, the age of teletext is over. I also don't need a fast access button for an EPG or for my messages or whatever. This is as simple as it can be. We discussed for a moment to even leave away the number buttons, but in the end we kept them for user experience. I think it's such a learned experience to go for channel 200 for sports or whatever it is, that we didn't want to leave this away, but it's been very reduced. Simplicity, for us, it's Wi-Fi. Having deployed the unicast solution, we could have the set-top box fully run on Wi-Fi. Experience after you're in, initially we were a bit scared ourselves. Are we being a bit too ambitious? Didn't promote it much, but it shows up, it's 50% of our users roughly are using the Wi-Fi because it's so convenient. It's amongst the features that we offer to our customers in terms of catch-up TV, multi-screen, whatever we want. Wi-Fi has the highest scoring amongst all customers. And it's actually surprisingly few calls or complaints on Wi-Fi. People nowadays understand it, they have a good signal where it is. We give some instructions in a manual, and if you get a complaint, we have a remote access. We can measure the signal remotely and can tell the customer, please reposition the box or get a power line. And the whole process is super easy. So if you nowadays buy a Wind Vision, you go in a store as an existing fixed customer, you get the box, you carry it home, you plug it, and it works. There's no provisioning, no installer coming. It's self-installed with very, very few calls. So, we get less than a third of customers in the first month are giving us a call in self-installation. And simplicity is a super clean UI. That's the Zapper product. This is our leading statement. It's almost a strategy statement. This UI, it has the linear TV at the center. You have actually no drop-down menus. This UI is optimized to have as few clicks as possible. It's all you need. You have the EPG in vertical, horizontal, and channels gives you a 7-day EPG for certain catch-up access. It's more practical. And on the left side, you have the OTT video on demand, which we embraced from day one. So we're not against OTT, we embrace them fully. And if you go down below, you have the now playing and recommendation loans as a bit of a Netflix type of experience. This is now playing. Then we kind of have these for the linear TV. So we decided strategically to own linear TV. We don't want to own video on demand, we want to own linear TV. But we want to make the catch-up TV accessible. So we put up these rows to make it kind of a recommendation of what you can see. This is right now not a recommendation engine for launch. It could be in the future. Right now, it's very simple algorithms of a few hours back across certain genres. We've got music services. We've got very clean UI with always images. This is the horizontal, it's the vertical, image rich. It has the metadata. It was actually a bit difficult to organize, but we got the metadata in Greece organized. Again, a very simple start for restart. Image rich, it's a Netflix type of experience. That's what people are used to almost today, and we deliver it on linear TV. Simplicity really went through all our decisions. There was options to show also the last 3 channels in the program before and after. When you flip the channels, we went against that. So when you flip channels, you see just the current program and the channel logo. The visual element is very important to recognize what you see. Simplicity is a unified experience across the device. Easy said and done. Many of our competitors don't have that. They have a set-top box experience and a completely different iPad experience. This is adjusted for the different device for touch versus remote control, but it's the same experience across all screens. And simplicity goes actually together with collaboration that we have with Netflix. We have a very deep integration, which means it's not just the app. Nowadays, if we give you a 12-month voucher for free, you plug the set-top box, you go to Netflix, it says you want to apply your voucher. So our backend recognizes you're eligible for a voucher, there's no voucher code to enter. You click the next one, you enter an email address, this is the only thing you need to enter. Then it says, please confirm. It's going to be billed over the WindVision bill, so you don't have to enter credit card, you don't have to enter a password, just start watching. And to the email you generated, it will send you an email to generate a username and password for your other devices. But to start watching, you enter your email address, and this is about the maximum you can do on a remote control. This is the simplicity that we implemented together with a partner in Netflix. And it goes on and on. We have the same username and password for the self-care as for the TV. All these things that should be a given, but in many of our cases, competitors are not a given today. The second part of our formula was openness. Openness means, in our case, bold embracement of Android TV and OTT. Because we want to dominate HDMI 1. So what we have, we don't have just 60 pay channels with full catch-up functionality. This is our value add, and this is where we believe that OTT will not go. Maybe in UK, but for sure it's going to take a long while until Google and Amazon will engage with a Greek channel or Disney for a Greek feed. So this is something that they don't want to mess with, maybe just for the big markets, and this is definitely our core. We have a DTT tuner, so we have all Greek regional channels, free-to-air channels, including any pay shopping, Crete TV, Rhodes TV. Every island in Greece has its own little show which you can't put on IPTV. There's too many islands, but with an integration of DTT in the same interface, we can have it. USB allows you to have your own media. applications through Android TV give you any VOD you want. Chromecast is another element to an HDMI one. So you want to see your pictures, want to see videos. Everything goes over the Vision box nowadays. It's 4K enabled, so if you have a 4K TV, you don't need to, even Netflix, you don't need to take the remote control of your 4K TV. You stay in Vision box, it's one remote control that has it all. And we have also Bluetooth, just because we have everything. It allows you actually, it's quite practical. We have a Bluetooth headsets. My son, I have 4 children. One of them plays piano. He wants to play piano, want to watch TV. I have to put a Bluetooth headset. It works very fine. So we dominate HDMI 1. And I think what we've done boldly in that context, we've gone full OTT on video on demand. For a player our size, video on demand is a loss-making business. I mean, when I launched this project, I had many people sitting. We talk about minimum guarantees. We talk about ingest, metadata, everything. It's hundreds of thousands I had in a business case as a loss leader for video on demand. And I said, why do we do this? We have Android TV. So we could actually just link to Google because Google Play has all the currents, no MG. I make a few cents on billing if I want to. And I have the service and I have the service that the customers want, which in most cases are anyways pirating. Yeah. I made a close cooperation with Google, which came nicely as they were launching in Greece with Greek subtitles, so we were mutually promoting. And we put YouTube in as the best AVOD. So the fun thing is that without a cent of invest, I claim to say that we have the best video on demand service in the Greek market, making some money from the 3 big ones and thousands of apps. I mean, Eurosport, our customers through the NBA app have the best basketball experience where actually we don't have it on linear TV. It's with Cosmote. But if you're a really basketball fan, the best way to watch it is Vision. Goes even in music. I had, again, people sitting in my office pitching me, I have 15 great radio channels for you. And I'm like, well, I have TuneIn. I have all radio channels in the world. Why should I pay you something for something that people don't need? And actually, TuneIn is a known brand. I have games, Twitch for streaming, and all types of casual games to remote control or a Bluetooth controller. And we're going to see what Stadia actually brings now. I mean, I'm very excited about Stadia because I believe that my box will very soon become a very performant set-top box if Stadia delivers what it set out to be. And much more. Facebook, cooking, karaoke. It's actually, our set-top box is a fun karaoke machine if you download the Yoki app. Body workout, whatever you want, the value you give to customers. So this was for us important that by giving the openness, this box has tons of value beyond the linear TV. Yeah, I'm not making money. I'm not making money if people download the body workout and do whatever. But I'm making money if they love the box, if they stay with Wind and pay me for the fiber broadband. Yeah. And by embracing the Android TV, we have a rapidly evolving functionality. We had voice search, which as a 500 million euro operator, I could never have a business case for, to develop a voice search in Greek language. Yeah? But it came built in with the platform we bought. And very soon we start with Android N, we go Android P. And we're going to have the Android assistant when it's launched in Greek language. It's not yet available in Greek language, but it is coming. Yeah? And it's the whole ecosystem integration even goes beyond the assistant on the Vision box. If you have a Google speaker, I can the Google speaker now, hey Google, play me some rock music on Vision. It will cut the live TV, it will open Spotify and play a rock playlist. So the integration that you have by getting married with the Android ecosystem is something impressive, and sometimes we're surprised ourselves. I mean, no one ever told us this works with the Google speaker until I got the speaker and tried it out, and it was just there. Now, the third challenge was actually, how do you market this? We were fourth in the market. It was very clear to us, again, if we go in content communication, it's going to be something like everyone else is saying. So we gave the agency a brief. We want a TVC that is outside any cliche. We don't want the family on the sofa. I don't want to see this image. It's so jaded. I don't want any content. If I show content, I want content to demonstrate the functionality, a user experience. And we want to look young and fresh. So we went bold in a launch in April with a 90-clip spot, and please enjoy.
Ήρθε η WinVision, ο νέος τρόπος να βλέπεις τηλεόραση. Συνδέεται πάρα πολύ απλά και έχει απίστευτα πλούσιο πρόγραμμα. Αυτά. Καμιά ερώτηση?
Ναι. Και αν θέλω σειρές και ταινίες?
Έχει Netflix με ανάλυση 4K.
Δεν κατάλαβα.
Έχει και υπότιτλους.
Δεν εννοούσα αυτό.
Το ξέρω.
Έχει ευρωπαϊκό πρωτάθλημα μπάσκετ?
Έχει.
Ελληνικό πρωτάθλημα ποδοσφαίρου?
Έχει.
Αν χάσω κάτι και θέλω να το δω από την αρχή?
Δες το.
Και αν θέλω να το παγώσω?
Πάγωσέ το. Αλλά αυτό θέλει φούρνο.
Όχι τόσο πετυχημένο.
Οκ, το δέχομαι.
Και αν θέλουμε να δούμε διαφορετικά πράγματα?
Λογικό μετά από τόσα χρόνια γάμου. Μπορείτε να βλέπετε από διαφορετικές συσκευές ταυτόχρονα.
Και πώς πάω στα παιχνίδια?
Δεν πας, εδώ είναι.
Στη μουσική?
Δεν πας, εδώ είναι κι αυτή.
Στην τουαλέτα?
Πας, δεν είναι εδώ, πάνω είναι.
Και στην ταράτσα χρειάζεται πιάτο?
Γιατί τρως την ταράτσα?
Όχι.
Άρα? Τι ψάχνεις τώρα?
Το τηλεκοντρόλ.
Δεν χρειάζεται. Κάνεις το κινητό στο τηλεκοντρόλ.
Και αν θέλω να δω κάτι από το κινητό στην τηλεόραση?
Πέταξέ το. Όχι έτσι. Έτσι.
Και αν δεν μπορώ να χρησιμοποιήσω χέρια?
Έχει φωνητική αναζήτηση.
Wonder Woman. Το βρήκε. Μ' αρέσει.
Και εσύ μ' αρέσεις.
Δεν απαντάω.
Δηλαδή μπορώ να βλέπω και έξω?
Μπορείς.
Ωραία είναι!
Να ρωτήσω κάτι κι εγώ.
Φυσικά.
Πώς γεννιούνται τα παιδιά?
Έχει και τα καλύτερα παιδικά.
Γιατί?
Παραλίγο.
Και πότε έρχεται αυτό?
Ήρθε. Βάλε να δεις. Ήρθε ο νέος τρόπος να βλέπεις τηλεόραση. Ήρθε η WinVision από τη Wind.
Good. Thank you. So, it made an impression, I have to say. We were the last to launch in the market. We were clearly the number one in UX by multiple dimensions. First one Android TV, first one Netflix, first one 4K, first one whatever you imagine. It dramatically elevated our brand and made an impact in 12 months. Thank you.